Yes. Listen, I'm still new to this, you lot. I'm doing it through StreamYard, though. Yes, yes, yes. Everyone, hello, man. What's happening? Motor Witty, what's happening? So Jock. Jumping already, boy. 46 already. Guess who? The Flying Monk. Little Doc. Glad you liked it. He said he's coming on at 10. I thought I'd come on early and ask you, look, how do I send him the link personally? Exposure. John Evans. Apparently, Shaun Atwood said he's going to come on. Who said that? Copy the link. Guess who? Where do I find the link, bro? Lockdown. Only 2 likes. Nah, you lot have to smash the likes for me, man. Come on, man. I'm trying. Share gold. Love for that. Big Don, my guy. Sam Stevens. Warrior. Nah, man. He ain't gonna screw me. I just told him, innit? I went on to his he was premiering one of his whatever, his interviews or whatever. I told him, I said to him, yo, like, you think it's acceptable to be striking people's pages and all that and whatnot? And he said, we had a little back and forth, nothing crazy. And he said, let me put this up. Like that. There you go. Yeah. And he said something about a live stream. So I said, yeah, of course. Jump on the live. Let's get it cracking. Let's ask these questions. Let's get to the bottom of it. Kevin, yes, brother, thank you. Guess who? How do I find the link, bro? Because that's what he asked me to do. He asked me to email him the link. Hello, Hello, Anne. Anne's always so nice to me. Hey, guess who, man? Guess who? Pop up. How do I find the link? Oh, guess at the bottom of the screen, Muggles. You're a gangster. So I press that, and then what? Invite guest. Ah, Muggles, you're a gangster. Hold on. How do I do this now? All right, let me send him the email. 1 second, you lot. Let's send him the link. StreamYard. One second, you lot. I'm just typing this link out, man, because I don't know how to get it onto my iPad from my phone. Let's double check that. Send. Right, I've sent him the link. I've sent it to him. Let's get him on here. How many we got in the chat? 102. Hit the likes, hit the likes, hit the likes for me, man. All right, you lot though, listen. It's a conversation between me and Shaun. I don't want no one being toxic in there. Whatever you mean. You can ask questions and all that, but I just want to have a conversation with him. I want to ask him some serious stuff and figure out why he's doing all this stuff. Nah, Shaun ain't reported this video. Ash H, yes, what's happening? Lee, what's happening, Lee, bro? William, yeah, so it seems, man. Pod fan, no, it's not about going easy or nothing like that. This ain't no interview or nothing like that. I'm going to be firm and fair. That's what it's all about. Dominion's army, yes. Who said that? Daniel, my guy Daniel, you know. Top slaughter, what's happening, bro? Pod fan, yeah, come on. I'm going to ask him, Flying Monk. Don't worry, I'm going to ask him. Can I get this on the iPad? Hold on, you lot. It's not coming. Right, it's saying powered by it, but who knows? AMP, yes. Oi, AMP is a legend. Yeah, that guy is a serious guy. He shows me super love, man. McGeary, who are you going to wipe the floor with next? Yes. I don't even try to wipe the floor with them, you know. I just try to use their contradictions against themselves and highlight it. And if I think there's holes in their story, then I highlight it. It just so happens it kind of destroys them a little bit, doesn't it? He ain't replied yet to the email. What's the time? He's got 7 minutes. He said he'll be on there at 10. Pod fan, we're trying, man. Well, that's the plan, Moguls. I want him to take the strike off. He needs to. It's not even a strike. It's a defamation complaint. So it's a bit different than a strike. But same thing, in it. Darren, yes, my brother. Whirly curly, good evening, man. Yeah, it does say defamation. That's what it is. That's not a strike. It's not a copyright strike. Who said that? Toto Mesh, I think your name is. Come on, bro. I'm not going down no lane. I'm doing me. I'm just doing me. This is just a conversation between me and Shaun. Co-video, my guy. Yes, you didn't jump in the last live. What's happening, brother? Come on, Shaun, son. Where you at? I even messaged him and said to him, listen, I'm going to put a post up to say that you're coming on. Don't make me put it up and you don't come on. Madman, yeah, man, come paint the door, man. I ain't had time to, man. 6 mins and counting, flying monk. Yes. Scribs, my guy. Nah, no beef. I can't beef with someone that I don't know. I can't have beef with him that I don't know. He didn't like my opinion, and he gave me a defamation of character. And I said to him in his chat earlier, when I spoke to him, that I didn't defamate his character. I just gave my opinion. That's it. I said he can come on and see if he can clear it up. Not an issue. John, yes, let's see if he turns up. Listen, this is the one and only time I'm doing this where I go back and forth with people. I'm not doing it. I don't do all that stuff. That's long. Brummy Adam. Yes, my bro. I said I raced. Oh my guy. Atwood, where you at, son? I need to somehow see if I can use that clip if anyone's watched. Remember the old Mortal Kombat movie, the Shang Tsung? Your soul is mine. That's what I need. What's he saying? Dave Beck, chill out, man. Facing man to man. If that was the case, I would have linked up with him in real life, not on YouTube. Everyone keeps talking about the mask. The mask is a part of the channel. I don't get it, man. Whirly Curly's been taken to the desert. I hope he ain't. He said he's got to make the live. He's got 4 minutes. Z McPhee, don't kill me, man. When he comes on, though, do me a favor. Don't diss him in the chat. I don't want to diss him. I want to find out why he's doing these things, man. Is Dr. Rapful ain't in it? Where's Dr. Rapful? Rapful, pop up, man. Madman. Shaun ain't coming. If he don't come, he don't come, innit? That's his business. I don't do this live stuff like that. I told you lot, it's quality over quantity that I'm trying to do, innit? So there ain't a million videos being posted in a week. There's none of that stuff. It's just a decent video here and there and try and grow the channel, man. Fighting Irish. Dr. Rapful, what's happening, my bro? You good? Yes, Fighting Irish. Respect, man. Marty. Oh, I'm not even replying to you, man. Can't be bothered, mate. Ricky123 Belfast. Yes. Thank you, bro. Glad you liked it. LDN Guna, my guy. What's happening? Tonum. Yes. One and done. Come on, Atwood, mate. What's happening here? How will I know? How will I know when he's gonna come into the thing? How would I actually know? Actually, someone explain that. Frederick K, come on, man. We don't even entertain them people. They can do what they want to do. If he don't behave himself, though, he's got to come out. He's got to go on the naughty step. Ash H, come on, one and done. BJL, Daniel Bell. Is there 221 in it? Oh shit, 224. What's the like saying? What's the likes? How do I see the likes? Where do I go for the likes? Smash them likes for me, man. Wait, how do I know when Shaun's trying to enter it? Oh, it'll come on my screen, yeah? All right, Adam. I said he's washing his hair. 111 likes, 239 people in the building. That's less than half. Come on, you lot, man, hit the thumbs up for me. I'm trying to give you lot some gems here. Side 420, you kill me. Sonia, hello. What's the time? 10 o'clock. Let's email him back. Where you at? Let's see where he's at. That's what I'm saying. Wait them thumbs up, innit, COVID yet? Come on, man. %. He spoke to me. I spoke to him inside of one of his videos where he was premiering a video. And then he said to me, let's do a live. He asked me to do it on Deca. I can't remember his second name. Deca's channel. I said, I'm not doing it on Deca's channel because it's got nothing to do with Deca. It's between me and you. So I said, we can do it on your channel or my channel. I'm not bothered. But either way, I want to ask you these questions or whatever. So he said, he can't do it on his. So I said, well, do it on mine. He said that if we do it on Deca's, it will get views. And I said, I don't care about the views. I'm not worried about the views. And I said, if it is about the views, then either me or him should benefit from the views. It's got nothing to do with Deca. You say Darren G's on the burner account. He's replied to me. He said, yes. Let me show you, so you can see. Can you see? Can you see where he said yes? I hope you can see it. You see it? Did you see him on the email? He said, yes, he's coming. So where's he at? 270 in the building. What's the like saying, people? I can't see them. Well, I don't know how to look at them anyway. So, Steve McGeary. Email. He wants my YouTube link. What's this guy on about, man? Hold on. How do I get my YouTube link now? Is it in that bit? I sent him the StreamYard link already, man. I don't know what go on for him. I have to email him back. Don't know. My YouTube link. It's 297 in the building. Hey, listen, you lot. If I'm not replying to the messages, I'm not ignoring you. I'm trying to email this guy at the same time, and he's asking me to do things that I don't know how to do with like all these links for YouTube and that. I don't know. I typed out the link for StreamYard. The rest of it, I don't know me. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hey, these comments are funny. How can I paste and send? Oh, I got a guest. I think he's here. Yes, he's here. Invite the guest. Hold on. Add to stream. Shaun.
Hello, Mr. Demon.
What's happening, son?
Yeah, thanks for getting in touch.
Come on, man. I told you. So what's
Doing
happening?
good.
Said to do a live stream. We're on the live stream. How do you want to do this? Am I going first or you want to go first?
Look at the numbers, man, on your live stream. You're doing phenomenal. 2,000 subs.
Yeah, just hitting 2,000 subs, 5-6 weeks in.
300 watching. This is brilliant. How long have you been on YouTube?
5 to 6 weeks.
Wow, that's sweet, man.
It's going good.
It's going good, isn't it?
So how are you, Shaun?
Yeah, good.
Good. So, who's starting? Are you starting or am I starting? How do you want to start this?
Yeah, whatever questions you got, just let me know.
Well, so I'll ask. We'll do it question for question, yeah?
Go for it.
All right, no worries. So my first question is, why do you think it's okay to give me a defamation complaint on the channel? And to add to that question is, on your Instagram, it says you're an activist for human rights, but you're taking away my freedom of speech by giving me a defamation complaint when all I did was give my opinion on it.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, have you finished?
Yeah, I finished. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I apologize to you. I thought you were with them. That's why I did what I did, because I'm
Okay.
under constant attack right now from people who are with them. And by them, I'm talking about James English,
Who you're talking about. We know who you're talking about. I
Marvin
think,
Herbert.
and I can confirm for you 1,000,000%. I don't know Marvin from a hole in the wall or a can of paint, and I don't know James English either. And to be honest, I don't actually care to know them because I'm doing what I'm doing on my channel. I'm only small in the channel and I'm just trying to build my channel up. I did reach out to Marvin and say to him, can I use your footage? Because everybody said to me that you would get me a strike on the video. So I tried to work my way around it and just get footage that wasn't actually your footage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I didn't strike you. I just had it taken down because when the podcast war started,
Yeah.
James English hired Darren G and Marvin Herbert to attack me. He thought they would take me down. And that footage was part of the setup Marvin pulled on me, whereby I helped him out considerably. I got him about half of his subscribers at the time.
Yeah.
And then he stabbed me in the back using that footage. So that's why I thought you were with them. You were just recycling that old crap and
No,
throwing it at me
100%,
again.
100,000,000%, and I don't care to be with them. I listen. It's not personal between me and you. It couldn't be because I don't actually know you. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not personal.
Yeah. That's why. That's why you've come to me today like a man. You've asked me to do this live stream. I thought you were with them. I'm apologizing, and I've come here tonight just to give my side of why I reacted the way I did. Because
and I'm a man before anything. So whether or not I stick with my opinion or I don't stick with my opinion, I can apologize to you and say I'm sorry if my opinion on the footage that I was reacting to hurt you. If it hurt you, I apologize for that because that's not my intention. My intention is just to highlight things that I don't think are true or contradicting. I highlight them and I put a little bit of humor on it, and that's all I try to do on the channel.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, and that's why you're so successful. So power to you.
Well, thank you, I appreciate it. I do. So, are you going to take the defamation complaint off the channel?
So once a defamation complaint is filed, it's not like a strike. I don't think you can just reverse it.
But surely you could say to them you made a mistake or something, no?
There's no procedure to do that. There is with a copyright strike, but not with a defamation complaint, which is not a
Okay.
strike, so it's not being held against your channel.
Yeah, I said that to people already. I said to them it's completely different. It's not a copyright strike. I give it to you.
Yeah.
The legal team is something different because that was less than 18 hours.
Oh yeah, we're on top of it because here's the situation, right? So if James
Do me.
English and Marvin Herbert want to put out that I'm a nonce, I'm a snitch, I'm gay, I've made my story up, they could put that out all day long. But if it's lies, YouTube will take that shit down.
Yeah, of
So
course.
my dilemma is, do I just let that stuff ride and get hundreds of thousands of views and poison people's minds? Or do I stand up for myself and either, tell my side of the story or get their shit taken down? For a year, I didn't say anything. And I watched these guys attack me and attack me and attack me. And since I got my channel back, it was taken down twice. Since I got my channel back, I have decided it's time to stand up for myself because of the absolute poison and lies these guys have been putting out in the last year. Now, just 2 weeks ago, Darren G released the paperwork showing the communications from James English, whereby James English told him I had been charged with sex offenses against kids. This is how sick these motherfuckers are. So I've been doing this for 13 years. These guys come along, see I've got the big subs. They get together and decide to take me down with these heinous fucking allegations. And when I've got my mum who can't sleep at night because people are contacting her saying, is Shaun banned from schools? Which I'm fucking not. But these malicious cunts put that story out that I'm banned from fucking schools, making me look like a fucking paedophile. That's why I fucking strike channels down. I use whatever legal resources I have got to take these motherfuckers down. And if they want to keep throwing shit at me, I ain't going to remain quiet for another year. I'm going to do what the fuck I want.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Fair enough. I agree.
Now then, people.
Listen, if people are doing things of that nature, then yeah, you should 100% stand up for yourself. But I think you're in between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, definitely.
If you strike the channel, then it makes it look like you got something to hide. But then how else do you go about things or whatever and whatnot? If I'm honest, I think all the podcast wars and all this stuff between you, James, and Marvin, I think it's all muggy, in my opinion. I think as grown-ups, I think everyone just crack on with their channel and create content.
Exactly. So why did they start it?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
Why have they thrown so much shit at me? I've now got to be worried about my mum who can't sleep at night because of the dirty lies put out by these malicious twats.
Yeah, I agree. Your mum shouldn't have to go through that. No mum.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, Shaun. Yeah, and you don't have to. Do me a favor. Yeah, take that fucking mask off, son. I know it's for me to say that because I've got my mask on.
You take yours off. I'll take mine off.
It's part of the channel, son.
Well, I'm on your channel.
The mask will never come off. So, do you want to answer some questions, or you happy to leave it as that, or whatever? Like
well,
I said,
let's take some questions from the chat, shall we? Chat, ask me anything. Come on, please.
You ask some questions, but don't be stupid with it. Don't ask nothing toxic. Just keep it cool.
They will, because half of them, their minds have been twisted by James English and Marvin Herbert putting out all these fake stories about me.
See, I don't agree with that. Do you answer me this? Did you like the video? Obviously, you're not gonna like it, but did you think it was good content?
Which video?
My video.
I didn't even watch it.
So how did you know it was up then? How did you know to strike it? Not strike
I've
it.
got a team watching everything.
Yes.
we knew it was coming before it was even up.
Yeah, 100%. Because I put the poll out and the people chose you.
Yeah, so this gets reported back to me.
Oh, so you got a bunch of little workers, yeah.
Yeah.
I need to get up in the YouTube rankings then for me to get my own little team. I'm solo dolo out here.
At the rate you're rising, Demon, you're gonna have your own team in no time.
I can only hope. I can only hope. So, anyone got any questions for Shaun or what? What's
There's
happening?
loads. It's endless questions. It's going so fast I can't even read it.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to like slow it down. Hold on.
Here we go.
Let's have a look. Big up Whitmore. He says big up to Atwood and the Demon talking. Listen, men can talk. You know what I'm saying? And we're allowed to have a. Duru says you're the real boss of YouTube. Question, Shaun. I've been a fan for years and don't listen to others' opinions. Do you think others follow the snides like at school when we're all grown? What? I don't even.
The problem is, you can just rise above the trolls and the toxic people and ignore them. But when they've got channels as big as James English is, and you've got millions of people watching videos saying, I'm banned from schools because I'm a paedophile, I'm a Jimmy Savile, when you've got a million people watching those videos, hundreds of thousands of minds are getting twisted. So there
I don't.
comes a point when I got to stand up and
People
fucking
say things
respond.
about. Did you hear me?
What was that? Sorry?
I said people shouldn't say things without facts.
Exactly. When you go to prison, the gang members come up to you right away. They say, what are your charges? You got to show them your paperwork. If you say that guy over there is a paedophile, they say to you, show me the paperwork that he's a paedophile. And if you don't show the paperwork that he's a paedophile, you get stabbed in the belly right there and then.
Yeah.
So these fucking cowards, they wouldn't last 2 seconds.
I got a question on here for you.
Yeah, go for it.
It was one of the questions in my video. How much money did you make from the 10,000 people at a rave?
Oh, wow. So if 10,000 people came to a rave, they're paying $20, $30 a piece.
Yeah.
Plus, we're selling them water all night long. Plus, we sold them other things, you know?
Yeah. Gate entries.
Gate entries. So with the water and everything else we sold them, it added up. It added up. I know in that Marvin video, he didn't let me finish the question. He just jumped down my throat. I was saying, what was I saying? Tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands. But as soon as I said tens of thousands, he went, tens of thousands! You small town motherfucker, tens of thousands! I was the biggest criminal in the world. All my houses had millions.
Oh. But you still ain't answered it, Shaun.
Okay, so I don't know it to the fucking penny.
All right, not to the penny, but give me a rough ballpark figure of what you was earning out of them dances, them raves.
Ballpark figure out of a 10,000 people rave. So what's 10,000 times $20, $30, $25 times 10,000? What's that? That's the gate money. Then you've got
Yeah.
then you've got all the
On my
sales.
video,
Then you got
ballpark.
all the sales of the water and all the sales of the party favors. But on the night, you got to pay all your people because if you're throwing a 10,000 people rave like we did on Bumblebee Ranch, Arizona, we had 5 stages. So shredder sound system cost 25, 30,000. All the DJs cost tens of thousands. Most of them come on a small deposit. So on the night, a lot of the cash goes to the stage, the workers, the DJs, and then you get what's left over. And it wasn't about making money off the gate. Once you control the house, the party favors, you recycle. You know, if people are coming in selling stuff, then your bouncers take that off them. It gets recycled to the house, plus the house product. is what's sold primarily. So that's where most of the money was made.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to ask me a question before I ask you another one?
Yeah, I mean, how old are you?
Me,
Yeah.
just turned 30.
Okay. And what led you to start this YouTube stuff?
I always wanted to do it, to be fair. I always wanted to do it. I always wanted to put my hand in it. I used to watch stuff and think I could do that. I thought
Yeah.
and I had this mask from Halloween about a year ago. And I was just looking. I thought I'm just going to make the investment because I didn't want to do it on my phone. So I spent about 8-9 grand and bought all the equipment that I needed to have a setup inside of a bedroom in my house.
Yeah.
And then the only thing I can say is the advice I gave to the kid the other day that asked me about it. And I told him the same thing. I said, I'm brand new. And I said, the only thing I can tell you to do is just press record. Press record and upload it. And once you get over that fear of that, it will just start getting easier and easier to do it.
Yeah. No, you're a natural, man. This is why you've got such a good following and it's so lively in the chat right now.
Listen, we're small, but we're strong.
Yes.
Was you getting loads of messages about the defamation complaint?
I'm thinking I need this guy on my side in the podcast wars. What am I thinking? Basically, you raided a weapons facility that was being harbored by the enemy. That content you put up was weaponized by them to destroy my story. So you took the ammunition and you put it on your channel. And that's why I reacted to the way I did.
Do you know how funny life is?
Yeah.
Because I wasn't going to use that that footage. The only reason I used that footage was to try and work around not getting a complaint or strike against my channel. So I thought I won't use anything of Shaun's.
Yeah.
I'll use of Marvin's. He's the only one I know that's got an interview. I
Yeah.
watched the interview and I had my opinion about it and I started to go through it, look at it. Everyone's calling me the new Sherlock Holmes. And so that's why I ended up using that footage. But if I didn't use that footage, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
If Wildman had been in that room, we wouldn't have had this conversation right now either.
Listen, the strike didn't even bother me. Yes, I would love it to be taken off, and I've appealed it against YouTube, and I would love if you could do anything to get it taken off to have the video back on the platform. But the main thing to me was fucking hell. Shaun, Mr. 600,000 followers, notices little old me.
Because I thought you was an enemy combatant working for English or Herbert.
No, I'm not interested in English or Herbert. I'm not interested in them. I'm doing what I'm doing. My channel isn't even mainly about them videos. I've only done, I think, 3 or 4 of them videos, and people ask for them all the time. And I say to them, it takes me 8 to 12 hours to edit a video the way I edit it and get it up and running. I don't get paid.
Wow.
I don't make any money for it. People say to me all the time, do a part 2 on Darren or Daniel Lazar or King Irish. And ask the chat. I say to them in the chat, it's one and done. I'm not here to poke and bully people. I just
Yeah.
give an opinion. I highlight what I think is wrong and contradicting and a bit of comedy. And then we move.
Well, that sounds very reasonable, and hopefully coming on your channel, I'm making up for this. And also, I did send you a little bit of paperwork about my case.
Yeah, you asked me to read it. Give me 1 second because I'll do that for you as well. So I told you in the email, I said to you, I'm a fair person. I'm not a see you next Tuesday. I try to be as fair as I can.
Yeah.
So everyone, he wants me to not that. He wants me to read this. Download.
Hey, thanks, Nicola.
It's saying timed out. Hold on.
They're asking me if I have my opinion on Dougie. I see he's backing my friend Decca Heggie, but I don't know much about Dougie.
Right. It's only showing me like a little paragraph of it. Is that what it is? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. read it off my iPad now. It says normal investigative techniques utilized during the course of this investigation, which have failed, or such techniques reasonably appear to be unlikely to succeed if tried. The investigation of Shaun Patrick Atwood by is that affiance? I can't really spit.
Yeah, affiance, yeah.
Detective Michael Coakley and Detective Dennis Page has revealed a sophisticated, closely affiliated network of ecstasy and methamphetamine distributors capable of large transactions of ecstasy, methamphetamine, and or other controlled substances, as yet undetermined, as indicated in this affidavit. Conventional investigative techniques have not, I can't see that word, I can't see it, and will not, quite, let me go closer, hold on. Interdicted and will not successfully interdict the entire enterprise, nor allow for the identification and prosecution of individuals supplying ecstasy, methamphetamine, and lysergic, can't say that name because I ain't a scientist, LSD, to this organization, nor will the techniques reveal the methods which the Atwood enterprise used to launder its drug proceeds. An analysis of conventional investigative techniques and their likelihood of success follows below. And then there's nothing else for me to see.
Yeah, so that was just part of the paperwork of my case. As you
But
know, Marvin said I did a night in jail. I was just a little street
no.
corner
You
deal.
see, if you would have watched the video, I said, I believe the story. I believe you was in jail. I believe you was selling pills. I believe you was doing all that stuff. I just said that it was, to me, it seemed exaggerated.
Which part seemed exaggerated, so we can address that?
Obviously, I'm going off the footage that I saw off Marvin's channel, which is
Yeah.
the fact that he was humming and hawing. It looked like he was thinking hard. The how much money you made from the pills. The fact that you said you didn't allow no one to use phones and cameras, when in reality, there's no way on earth anybody could control 10,000 people, let alone 1,000 people. Where would you put?
No. Okay, let's. Can we just go over those one by one?
Yeah.
All right. So the last one you said I didn't allow people to use phones and cameras. So at the peak of it, I had about 200 people working for me. Over 100 were indicted in different groups over time. So I was schooled very early on by the New Mexican Mafia just to use pagers and payphones. Bear in mind, this is 1996, 97, 98, 99, before all the tech we've got now. So if you were going to do a deal, you say I wanted to go to their house, I would send them a message to their pager. They would send a message back to my pager, green lighting the meeting, and I would go to the house, and you would just speak in person, or you would use payphones. All these people using phones now that everything can be tracked on, it's insane compared to our thought processes back then. So yeah, I had over 100 people working for me. It wasn't 10,000 people I had to control. And, those people who did use phones, in the end, there were thousands of phone calls that were recorded by the cops. They never got me doing any big transactions, but a lot of the people who did use the phone were throwing my name around. So that was one of the reasons I got caught.
That's how they got John Gotti on the phone, isn't it?
Yeah.
So another thing as well, like in my video that I highlighted that for me didn't sit right. You said you didn't know who the New Mexican Mafia was until they got arrested. But how could you not know who they are if you're working with them?
Because when I first clicked up with them, it was through helping one of their brothers who'd been in a situation with the cops and they were looking for him and we hid him. And then a couple of months later, he goes, my brothers want to meet you. Me and my brothers have got your back. And I had no idea what that meant. I've been working in the stock market. I've got my business studies degree. I'm not a gangster. I had no clue who the New Mexican Mafia were. I didn't even know they existed. I'm just a lad in his 20s from the UK who has not much knowledge of the crime scene in Arizona. 5 years later, I did have a lot of knowledge of it. But when I was transitioning from the stock market into the crime scene, into the ecstasy scene, I had no clue. I was clueless. So it was only a couple of years later when they were arrested and the mugshots were all over the headline news that I knew who they were.
Okay, but you said that they would greenlight your meetings with them. How could you not know that they're the mafia? That's to me in the interview. That to me was like, what the fuck's that about? How could you not
Oh,
know
I
who?
knew they were heavyweight because of the rocket propelled grenade launcher on the TV. When
Yeah.
I go in there, they've got AKs, MPs, Uzis, slabs of coke, slabs of meth, weighing scales. I knew they were hardcore. But as a person coming from another country, I didn't know specifically that they were the New Mexican Mafia. It wasn't like I showed up and he said, "Hey, I'm a member of the New Mexican Mafia. Come in, Shaun."
No, of course not. Of course not. But wouldn't the brother who ended up becoming your bodyguard and stuff, wouldn't he have said to you, my brother's part of this organization and that organization? And
He didn't, and I believe that he didn't because it's secretive and you just don't throw that information out there.
fair enough. Fair enough. But obviously to me, that's what that was one of the things that I highlighted in the video that didn't sit right with me. It's just like who works with people that serious and doesn't know that they're working with them.
Me, because I was that naive coming from another country and just being working in the stock market. I had no experience of being around mafias like that.
So you're pleading ignorance then.
Yes, and then a couple of years later, a couple of years later. I mean, my career in ecstasy went from what 96, 97 to 2001, 2002. So you're talking now 96, 97 when I was just starting. I was still a stockbroker when I met those guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
And again, if you can't talk about it, it is what it is. The C girl, the girl beginning with C, are you happy to ask questions about that?
Yeah, anything. I'm still helping her to this day. She's great. She's off the drugs. She's done really well for herself. She's reunited with her son. No problems there.
That's good. But did you not think that it was distasteful and quite tacky to do a prank like that with her?
It was a huge mistake. It was distasteful. I am completely desensitized. She is completely desensitized. The trolls accused us of things. We reenacted those things just to fuck with the trolls, and the trolls still haven't got over it to this day. They think that shit is real that we pulled on them, even though we put a video up showing exactly how we staged the prank. But it was distasteful. It pissed off a lot of people, and I do apologize to those people, especially if they're watching this evening.
No, listen, I thank you for coming on, man. Like I said, and it's not here to bash you or slander you. Like I said, because it's not personal. You haven't done anything wrong to me. It's just all I did was give my opinion. Do you know what I mean? Of the footage that I was able to look at.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Like I said, I've not watched your video, but I appreciate the opportunity to address your concerns.
well, if you want, I'll send it to you by email.
Okay.
But I don't know if you just answered it. I think you might have just did. But I wanted to ask you why you did that with Callie. I know
So
you were
so what
speeding the.
happened was, the council asked me to house her while she was finding some housing. She was homeless. She was drug addicted. She was getting bad things were happening to her. So I housed her. I helped her. And then all the trolls, we started a GoFundMe for, and all the trolls then started saying I was pimping her out. We were doing drugs. We were setting up a sex trafficking operation. So we thought, you know what, we're going to fuck with the trolls' heads. We're going to reenact that we're doing those things, leak it to them, but we're going to show in a prank video exactly how we fooled the trolls. And that's exactly what we did. I put that
And
video up, we had 80% approval rating, but then all hell broke loose because it was distasteful. And even though it had 80% approval rating, you got 20% people who don't like it, hundreds of thousands of people watching that. It's tens of thousands of people who are getting pissed off. So we took the video down, apologized, and tried to move on. You still there?
yeah, I'm
There
still there. I'm
you
still
are.
there.
Okay. Yeah, that's what
Can you
happened
hear
with
me?
that. But you know what? After that, after we did the prank, I had a meal with her family. With her, she's got two sets of parents, and one of the parents is really tough. She said, when a woman who's been trafficked can do a prank to reenact her trafficking, that is a sign of strength.
Big
What is
up who?
wrong with all these people who are like, snowflakes up in arms? But yeah, it was distasteful, so I understand as well where they're coming from.
Can you hear me, Shaun?
No, sorry, go on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, yeah.
Yeah. And that was probably the worst thing you'd done, if I'm honest.
Well, I committed a lot of crimes in my past. I say they were
Well,
bad
yeah.
things
Okay.
because
I'll change it. That
I put
wasn't one of
I
your
put
best
people
decisions.
on that road of drug use, and I saw the horror of that in the jail. 90% injecting heroin, 2/3 hepatitis C, and I realized I put people on that road of drug use, but the only way I could change that would be restore my karma by getting out, speaking to school kids in the hope they wouldn't get involved in drugs and crime. And that's what I do now. And then you got sick bastards like James English putting videos out saying I'm banned from schools. And that gets back to my mom, and it's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah. If they're saying lies like that, it's not on it. If they ain't got no proof behind it, they shouldn't be saying it.
Exactly. Show us the paperwork, because we've got paperwork on them that we've not shown yet.
But yeah, that wasn't one of your best decisions, I would say.
100%. You're totally right.
Of doing that with her. And I think
If I
what
could
made it,
take it back, if I could reverse that, I wouldn't have done it, definitely.
yeah, I agree, because I think what made it worse is the fact that she told the story about being sex trafficked and stuff like that, and then to put a prank out like that is just it's not really a good look. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, not at all.
So yeah. But anything else you want to ask, Shaun? Does anyone else want to ask anything?
No, I want to know what outstanding holes are in my story from anyone.
Outstanding
I want to
holes.
clear all I want to, this is an opportunity for me to clear everything up that people think is wrong with my story. Things that Marvin has said, that James English has said, all the lies. Come at me now. You've got the opportunity to ask me anything you want on a live stream.
Someone's put in there Sammy the Bull.
Yep.
Why do you talk about him so much if you never met him? And how come he doesn't know you exist? So that was one of my things in the video is how could he be your main competition if he doesn't know you exist?
All right. I really appreciate you bringing this one up, because this is one of Marvin's big ones, wasn't it? Like a gotcha moment.
Yeah.
So, Sammy the Bull, his extent in the Gravano ecstasy ring was he gave his son some money to invest. He got caught. There was a phone call. His son Gerard called him in the night, said, "I need money for gas." Blah blah blah. That's how they got Sammy into that ring and made the big headline out of it. Running that ecstasy ring on the streets was his son, and also a guy called Mike Papa. They were the guy who knew me on the streets as English Shaun, or the Bank of England, or the English family. So if the trolls start contacting Sammy the Bull 10, 20 years later, whatever it is, and say, hey, Shaun Atwood in England, a YouTuber, is saying he was competing against you, and he thinks he's a tough guy, he's met you, all this shit, all the bullshit they told to him. Of course he's going to say, I've no freaking clue who that guy is. I was operating behind the scenes. I was not using my name, Shaun Atwood. The prosecutor said I had so many aliases, they couldn't even put them all in my grand jury indictment. So nobody would know who the hell Shaun Atwood was from those days. So, of course, he's not going to know who I am. He's going to have no clue. But I'll tell you what, National Geographic, who confirmed my story and did my Banged Up Abroad episode, just put out another documentary, Narco Wars, How E Busted the Bull, featuring the Gravano ecstasy ring and my ecstasy ring. They looked at all the paperwork, they went with it. Michael Francis, who interviewed me, several months ago, said, and you can watch this on his channel, he's an absolute gentleman, he doesn't tell lies. So when he was in the Italian mafia in LA in the 1990s, they were aware of my ecstasy ring and Sammy the Bull Gravano's ecstasy ring. He said that in the podcast he filmed with me several months ago. So, to say that this never happened is ridiculous. To say that, Sammy the Bull said, I know he never met me. Of course he never met me. That's 100% true. He never left his house. He wasn't out doing ecstasy deals. His son was running it. Mike Papa was running it. I didn't even meet those guys because
So what
they
name?
were the opposition. We went different places. We avoided each other.
So what name would Sammy know you by? Would he know you by any name?
I doubt that he would. It's his son. His son certainly would know me because the guards chained Wildman to his son in the jail to see what would happen. And we sat up with his son all night long before we went to court. And he was telling us about all the tricks the prosecutors were pulling on him. And he was a really strong arm wrestler as well, the son. He was really like, little guy, but he was like arm wrestling these big guys down. So yeah, his son certainly knows who I am. Mike Papa certainly knows who I am. Several of their workers know who I am because they snitched us out to the cops. Their crew got arrested before my crew, and they snitched us out to the cops. Some of them. It was 10 witness statements that caused that our whole case.
So his son would know who you are then.
Absolutely, I'm still in touch with his son to this day.
Because that was one of the things in my thing was like a lot of things you said was like, oh, how convenient is that for Shaun? That he had so many different names, that's why Sammy don't know. You know what I'm saying? And my thing was it would actually make financial sense for Sammy to say that he knew you. Because if Sammy says he knows you, then that's more content to make, and we know that he makes content on YouTube.
All right, well, if you watch the documentary by National Geographic, How He Busted the Bull, Narco Wars, he denies running the ecstasy ring. And the cop at the very end of that documentary says, if Sammy the Bull walked into this room right now and you asked him, were you dealing ecstasy? He would look you straight in the face and deny he had anything to do with it. So if he acknowledged me, he would be acknowledging that he was in the ecstasy business. Now, I don't know what his motivation is for that, whether it's the old school Italian mafia code, you don't get involved in drugs, or what. But people should watch that documentary and they'll see his attitude towards it. He doesn't want anything to do, being associated with anything to do with the ecstasy.
Who's Sammy?
Sammy, yeah.
Okay. And another thing that I was saying in my video is that you said when you spoke to, is it the Spaniard?
Yeah, the Spaniard, yeah.
That they said when they jumped up and said who use pills are you disrespecting or whatever.
Yeah.
One call to Jimmy Moran, and that was Sammy's witness protection name, right?
Correct.
Why would they be using Sammy's witness protection name when that's number one supposed to be a secret, and two, in my mind, I would use the name that got me all the fame and power to begin with, which is Sammy the Bull. I wouldn't be using a name that I'm known for because I'm a rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You got to understand that when Sammy the Bull was doing this, he was in witness protection. He'd already testified against John Gotti and many other key mafia figures. So he said, I'm not going to hide out with a fake beard and all this in Montana. I'm here, I'm in Arizona. If they come for me, I've got some surprises. But he was actually in witness protection when this ecstasy ring happened in Arizona. And how it happened was the ecstasy ring was being run on the streets by Mike Papa originally. Mike Papa buddied up to Gerard Gravano. Those two then were like the principals running it on the streets. The dad had nothing to do with it until he gave his son some money, which his son put in the ecstasy ring. So the dad was hardly involved at all in the ecstasy ring. And if he's asked about it, he'll completely deny he had any involvement.
Fair enough. Someone in the chat, good subscriber of mine, she always shows me love and is always so nice. Donna wants to know, she says, ask Shaun who I should do next for my next video. Who do you think the demon should do his next video on?
James English. Talk about his conviction. People pull holes in my story, but my paperwork's out there. I've been telling my story for 20 years. No
Just
one
quickly,
talks about James English's conviction.
if you look at the channel, I don't actually talk about people. What I do is I react to content that they've already got, and I highlight the contradictions or the stuff that I think is a hole in the story.
Right.
So I would have to do James English. I would have to have an interview of himself and then go through that.
Yeah, well, he won't tell his story. He's never told his story. Me and Wildman were going to interview him, and he cancelled at the last minute. And that's what he does. Because how can you tell your story if you've got a conviction like he's got? There's just no hope. His career would fucking tailspin.
Fair enough. Do you mind talking about Darren?
Look, I love Darren G.
I know you do.
We've
It's
been
not. No, I'm
helping
not
Darren G.
because I'm not in the business of doing that. Like I said, I do one video and I move on. Just the question is, if you're willing to answer, is I see he actually violates you in his videos. He takes the piss out of you, mate, and you always come back to him with open arms. Like, what? Why is that? Like, I understand in it.
All
Like,
right, two reasons.
the whole
Okay,
blind.
2 reasons. First one is when I first met Darren, he gave me his book. I read the book. Nobody else has read the book. I know what he's been through in his life. It's absolutely fucking horrendous. And my heart goes out to people who've been through those kind of things. I'm not going to detail them now. It's Darren's story.
Yeah, it's
And
Darren's.
I understand what he's been through. And, if I can help somebody who's been through those things, then that's the meaning of life, isn't it? Not all the money you make, not all the drugs you sell, helping people, inspiring people, trying to do positive things in the world. So, that's one of the reasons. The other reason is when Darren got out of prison, he was institutionalized after serving all of those years. He was weaponized by James English in the podcast wars. The first blow in the first strike in the podcast wars opened with James English going on some Scouse podcasters channel 2 months before he brought Darren G on his main channel. He tested the water on the Scouse podcasters channel. Then he launched his full strike against me, which got hundreds of thousands of views within weeks by weaponizing Darren. Now Darren 2 weeks ago released the communication James English and him had at that time. Because James English put a video out months ago saying we were making up a conspiracy about him. So Darren released the paperwork a couple of weeks ago, and the paperwork shows James English telling Darren I had pedophile charges in Arizona. And James English saying he was going to be the biggest podcaster in the world, blah, 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 and winding Darren up like a motherfucker. Darren was vulnerable. He was institutionalized. He was just getting his, getting his grounding going with the YouTube stuff. And I understood 100% that Darren was being used. And I've never, ever held that against him. Because I knew eventually the truth would come out. And the truth has come out. It's on my channel, the paperwork. It's on Darren's channel. People can watch it and see exactly how the podcast war started. It started with James English weaponizing Darren against me and launching that first massive attack.
Well, in my opinion, yeah, I feel sorry for Darren. I actually do feel sorry for him in a lot of ways. But just because you've had a hard life, it doesn't excuse the bad behavior. That's number one. And two, he's a grown man. He can't be weaponized unless he wants to be. No one can force Darren to do anything. He does it off his own back.
Have you ever been to prison, Demon?
Well, it's not really here or there, to be honest.
Well, if you have, do you know what it's like after 5 years, after 10 years, what it does to the brain?
No, listen, I know how it works, 100%. I know exactly how it works. One of my mates done 16 behind the door with no break, so I know how it changes people.
Yeah.
That's why I'm able to tell you from experience. He doesn't behave like Darren. I couldn't tell him to go and do something that is not right to do. Do you know what I'm saying? I couldn't tell him go at someone for no reason, sort of thing. I couldn't tell him to sit there and call people nonces and grasses and all that. And that's all Darren does. He tells everyone they're a nonce and a grass within 2 weeks. I just see an interview of him the other day, and he said on the channel that you're a cross-dresser. He said that you like to cross-dress and you got little fetishes.
It's water off a duck's back to me. I've been through Arizona prison for 6 years. People are talking shit all day long. It doesn't affect me.
No, listen, I agree, because it's only words. It doesn't mean nothing.
What affects me is when scumbags put things out saying I'm banned from schools, I'm a paedophile, and that gets back to my mum. That's what fucking affects me. And that's why this conversation is happening, because I reacted against you because I thought you were with them.
No, 1,000,000% I'm not with them in any way, shape, or form.
I see that now.
I have no interest in them. I'm in my own little setup. I can show you around it. Do you know what I mean? I don't even want to be around any of them and do any of this rubbish. I just do what I'm doing for my channel.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all it is with Darren. I just see he always slanders you, and then he's your mate again the next minute, and then he's not your mate again, and you don't say nothing. All you do is go, "Oh no, I'm your mate, Darren."
It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me what he says, because I know it's meaningless.
Yeah, well, you're a better man than me, because I wouldn't be able to accept someone chopping and changing on me like that constantly. I'll tell you that.
Someone calls you a cross-dresser and you're not a cross-dresser, you're not going to react, are you? Because it's meaningless.
Yeah, no, of course I agree. I'm the cross-dresser thing. I'm not. It is what it is. If you cross-dress, you cross-dress. If you don't, you don't. I couldn't care less. I'm talking about 1 minute being someone's mate, and then the next minute talking them to death. How they're the worst piece of shit in the world, and they're sneaky, and this, that, and the third. And then you're my mate again, and like, I couldn't put up with that with someone.
Yeah, I think some people would find that difficult. I agree, but I'm a very patient person.
You must be, mate. Any more questions? You got a question for me, Shaun?
So let me think. Actually, not really. I think we'll have to probably go at this point, because I got to go on the road tomorrow. I'm doing more filming, and then I've got to talk at a school on Saturday.
No problem, man.
Yeah.
So are you gonna try, because you got the ruthless legal team? Are you gonna try to get that complaint taken back?
The thing with that demon is it's artillery. It's enemy artillery. So I'm basically just putting enemy artillery back online that's going to be used against me by these trolls and snides. They're going to take clips out of it and say this and that, and it's just going to go round and round and round. So I would prefer enemy artillery is not online. For a year I took it, and now anything that comes up, we're going to blast back. That's the way it is from now on.
I'm not using the enemy artillery. It was just I gave my opinion on that interview, which
Yeah,
I think
but you gave your opinion on enemy artillery. You put yourself in the podcast war, basically.
I'm not a podcaster at all. All I do is make videos, mate, and take
You
care of my.
You accidentally put yourself in the podcast war.
So what are you saying then, Shaun? So everyone can hear. You're not gonna take that complaint back.
Any enemy artillery, we are gonna blast. We are gonna blast back up. For a year, I did nothing. That shit went round and round. My mum is getting hassled. When it gets to the point where my mum's getting hassled, we are going to bring our guns out and we are going to blast that enemy artillery down wherever it is. If people pick up enemy weapons and use them, then they're going to become the enemy.
Shaun, you're wriggling though. Just say to me so I can fully understand it. I'm not going to take my complaint back.
I'm not going to do anything that's going to produce enemy artillery in my base.
You're good. You're very good.
All right, guys. If anyone's got any other questions then about my story, I think I've answered every single point. If I've not answered any of those points adequately, please let me know now, because I'm about to get going.
Shaun?
Yep.
I think you wriggled a bit there at the end, Shaun, but I do thank you for coming on and sticking to your word. I do thank you for that.
Oh, well, thank you for joining my podcast tonight, the G-Rilla Chet Sandu one. We've got Chet Sandu Part 5 coming out on Sunday. And then we've got an X-Cup coming out as well. So 2 or 3 podcasts a week right now. Endless what we're doing on the channel. And you're a good guy, man. You're a good guy. I appreciate this opportunity to clear things up. If there's anything I've not cleared up, maybe I could come back on and speak to you again.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll see what's happening. But yeah, thank you for coming. And I wasn't rude in your chat earlier, was I?
No, you were very civilized, and that's why I'm here.
There you
If
go.
you'd have been rude, the moderators would have zapped you right away.
The Dominion army's getting stronger by the day, Shaun.
When you're at war, that's what you got to do, isn't it? Build an army.
No problem, man. Listen, Shaun, thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it.
All right, you take care, Demon.
You too, mate.
All right, cheers, man.
Is he gone? I think he's gone. Is he gone? There you go. I told you lot he was coming, and I told you lot I was gonna get him on, man. What are you lot saying in the chat? What's happening? Golden Bollocks, yes. Demon Army, come on, bro. Man said he's not Tupac. Yeah, the chat was killing him. You lot was killing him in the chat. But listen, you have to give him some respect because he came on the channel. You've got to give him some sort of respect for coming on the channel. He didn't have to come on. I say choose a bike, not a knife. Listen, he wriggled a little bit, didn't he? That's what I highlighted in the video. He wriggled a bit. I wish he was more forthcoming with the way he says things, if I'm honest. But yeah, he was wriggling, man. He was wriggling, 100%. James Jones, because I'm not here to slander and throw mud. That's not what I'm about. I'm not interested, mate. I asked him why he done it. Does he think it's okay? He gave me his answer. I don't accept his answer. I don't think his answer is right, but it is what it is. He's a man. I'm a man. That's all I wanted him to come on and tell me why he done it, why he thought it was okay. Terry Berry. No Bellens. Yeah, I weren't really liking his mask, if I'm honest. Ozzy, thank you, bro. Glad you like the channel. Andy Joy had a mask off him. My mask killed his mask. He knows that. 100 young G's. AMP, come on, bro. Thank you, bro. I think people expected me, COVIDia, Earthworm. I think people expected me to, what's it called? Be rude and that and like mad disrespectful to him. That's not what I'm here for. I'm not in the game trying to be rude. Thank you, Charmaine. Good night, Sarah. School run in the morning, boy. I know the feeling. Yeah, you can't get a straight answer out of him, so it seems. The thumbs up for me, thank you. I tried to handle it right. I can't see who said that message, but thank you. Yeah, listen, we're grown men, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Get Darren in the live. Scroggs, come on, bro. Darren Williams. Mr. N. Whitmore. Yeah. Listen, he didn't deny it. He said it straight away. He admitted it. AMP, thank you, bro. Thank you, Adam, bro. AMP. Oi, Lee. Lee sent me a message on Instagram. Thank you, bro. Michael Wayne, come on, man. I don't get it either. Yeah, man, we're men, bro, at first, innit? We're men before anything. So you gotta give respect first, innit? That's how I was raised anyway. Scott Foster, thank you, bro. John Gary, yeah, I hope so, man. I hope the only way is up. Darren G's bald head, you smashed it. Thank you, bro. Mac D, love back. Foxy, thank you. Lord God Allah, yeah, come on, man. Come on, man. We had over 500 people in the chat for my second live stream. Draft lad, get out of here, mate. Charmaine, that sounds like it hurt. That's the catch. That's the question. Who I just highlighted. Who's next? Tyler Vlogs, love, bro. Moggles. SM, I don't know if the vid's going back up. I might re-upload it again and tell him not to strike it this time. If he listens, he listens. If he don't, he don't. He'll probably strike it again, though, to be fair. Darren Williams, love, bro. I say, yeah, man, reload it. Yeah, we can. Frenchie. A lot of people have been saying about Frenchie. What's Frenchie done? I'm going to look into his stuff. He's a titty baby. Legendary Dr. Rapful. Hey, Rapful, get in here, man. Get in here before I come offline. Legendary Dr. Rapful in the building. You want to get on, Rapful? Big P, Sam Walker, and Frenchie. Hold on, can we get Rapful in here or what? Because I'm coming off in a minute. I've been on here for an hour and 20 minutes. Hold on. Hey, Rapful, are you coming in or what, mate? Rapful, where you at, Rapful, man? Are you coming on or what? KC, what's happening, bro? Night, Nicola. Cat O'Mean. Thank you. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Scotty G, yeah, a lot of people keep saying Scotty G as well. Oh, he needs a link. How do I put the link in the chat, you lot? Oh, hold on, you lot told me before. I'll invite guest. Copy. And then how can I can't put it in the chat. Hold on. I've copied the link. How do I put it in the chat though? Invite guest. All right. Lee Marvin, love, bro. Hey, I don't know how to put the message, the link in the message. How do I do that? Yeah, you say paste it in the comments, AG, but how do I type in the comments? I'm doing this all on the phone, you know, you lot, so I don't know how to do it. D-plug, love, bro. Yeah, I've copied and pasted it, but how do I type it into the chat? I can't write in this chat. It's not letting me. It ain't letting me. You lot are pulling my leg, man. Yeah, I don't know how to do it. I ain't got a clue. I can invite a guest. Copied. And that's it. You lot are all saying to write it in the chat, but it's not giving me your option to write into the chat. You're gonna come on the next one, yeah? Rapful. No problem, man. I hope everyone enjoyed it though, man. I hope everyone enjoyed the live. My second live. You lot helped me how to get StreamYard. Done it. And now we're rolling, so there will be more lives. Yeah, I think that's enough, innit? I think that's it. Done now. One and done. I think we're done. Oh yeah, everyone though, thank you, man, for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming. Super duper love. Super love for all that from you lot, man. Top Slaughter, thank you, bro. Mr. N. Whitmore, thank you, bro. I'm gone, you lot, man. I'm coming off. I'm gonna go eat some food and get some sleep. Gotta get rid of these bags under my eyes. You know what I'm saying? But hey, everyone, super love, man, for tuning in, and the support's been great. Love, 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 man. Thank you lot, man. Thank everyone.